your most precious commodity. You know what's funny about life? Julian said. By the time most people figure out what they really want and how to go about attaining it, it's usually too late. Is that what the stopwatch in Yogi Raman's fable is all about? Yes. The naked, 9-foot-tall, 900-pound sumo wrestler with the pink wire cable covering his private parts slips on a shiny gold stopwatch that someone has left in the beautiful garden, Julian reminded me. And exactly what does the shiny gold stopwatch represent? It is a symbol of our most precious commodity, time. What about positive thinking and goal setting and self-mastery? They all mean nothing without time. About 6 months after I made Savannah my temporary home, one of the sages came to my hut while I was studying. Her name was Divya. She was a stunningly beautiful woman with jet black hair that fell below her waist, and in a very gentle and sweet voice, she informed me that she was the youngest of all of the sages. She also said that she had come to me on the instructions of Yogi Raman. As the youngest of our community, I have been asked to bring you a gift. It is from all of us, and we offer it as a token of our respect for you, one who has traveled so far to learn our ways. What was the gift? I asked impatiently. It was a miniature hourglass, which had been made from blown glass and a small piece of sandalwood. Seeing my expression, Divya quickly told me that each of the sages had received one of these instruments as children. Though we have no possessions and live pure, simple lives, we respect time and note its passing. These little hourglasses serve as daily reminders of our mortality and the importance of living full, productive days while advancing our purposes. These monks kept time? Each and every one of them understood the importance of time. They each had developed what I call a time consciousness. Time is the greatest leveler. Whether we are privileged or disadvantaged, whether we live in Texas or Tokyo, we all have been allotted days with only 24 hours. Once I heard my father say it was the busiest people who have time to spare. What do you make of that? Busy, productive people are highly efficient with their time. They must be in order to survive. Being an excellent time manager doesn't mean that you must become a workaholic. On the contrary, time mastery allows you more time to do the things that are truly meaningful to you. Time mastery leads to life mastery. Guard your time well. Remember, it's a non-renewable resource. Let me give you an example, Julian offered. Let's say it's Monday morning, and your schedule is overflowing with appointments and meetings. Let's say you took 15 minutes the night before to plan your day. Or to be even more effective, let's say you took 1 hour on your quiet Sunday morning to organize your entire week. In your daily planner, you wrote out when you would meet your clients, when you would do legal research, and when you would return phone calls. Most importantly, your personal, social, and spiritual development goals for the week also went into your agenda book. By anchoring all the most vital aspects of your life into your daily schedule, you ensure that your week and your life retain a sense of meaning and peace. Surely you're not suggesting that I take a break in the middle of my busy workday to walk in the park or meditate. All I'm saying is plan your week and manage your time creatively. Have the discipline to focus your time around your priorities. The most meaningful things in your life should never be sacrificed to those that are the least meaningful. I agree, Julian, but I really don't have the time to take breaks in the middle of my day. As it is, I work most evenings. As I said this, I felt my stomach tingling at the mere thought of the mountain of work I was facing. One of the great rules I learned from that wise old sage is that 80% of the results you achieve in your life come from only 20% of the activities that occupy your time. Yogi Raman called it the ancient rule of 20. I'm not sure I follow you. Okay, let's go back to your busy Monday. From morning until night, you might spend your time doing everything from drafting legal pleadings to reading your youngest child a bedtime story or playing chess with your wife. Agreed? Agreed. But out of all of the hundreds of activities you give your time to, only 20% will yield real, lasting results. Only 20% of what you do will have an influence on the quality of your life. These are your high-impact activities. For example, 10 years from now, do you really think that all the time you spent gossiping at the water cooler or watching television will count for anything? No, not really. Right, so I'm sure you will also agree there are a number of activities that will count for everything. You mean like time spent improving my legal knowledge, Time spent enriching my relationships with my clients, and time invested in becoming a more efficient lawyer? Yes, and time spent nourishing your relationship with Jenny and the kids. Time spent connecting with nature and showing gratitude for all you are so fortunate to have. Time spent renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit. Direct all of your time to those activities that count. Enlightened people are priority-driven. This is the secret of time mastery. Wow, Yogi Raman taught you all that? I have become a student of life, John. Yogi Raman certainly was a wonderful and inspiring teacher, and I will never forget him for that. But all of the lessons I have learned from my varied experiences have now come together like pieces of a big jigsaw puzzle to show me the way to a better life. I had been to many seminars in time management as a lawyer, yet I had never heard the philosophy of time mastery that Julian was now sharing with me. Time management was not just something to focus on at the office and discard at closing time. It was a holistic system that could make all areas of my life more balanced and fulfilling. I would not only be far more productive, I would be far happier. That brings me to another point. Don't let others steal your time. Learn to say no. Having the courage to say no to the little things in life will give you the power to say yes to the big things. What about procrastination? All too often, I keep putting off the things that I don't like doing. It is human nature to do the things that feel good and avoid the things that feel bad. But as I said earlier, the most productive people in this world have cultivated the habit of doing the things that less productive people don't like doing, even though they too might not like doing them. I stopped and thought deeply about the principle I had just